Chapter 3 Family of Imran. With name of the God, the Almighty, the Merciful. Alif Lam Mim. The God, no God except He, the Life, the Constant, sends down over you the book with the truth, confirming to what in front of it, and sent down the Torah and the Injil from before, guidance to the mankind, and sent down the law. Surely those who reject with signs of the God, to them punishment severe, and the God mighty with retribution. Surely the God, not it hidden over him a thing in the earth and not in the heaven. He the One, He designs you in the wombs how He wishes. No God except He, the Mighty, the Wise. He the One who sends down over you the book, from it signs commanded, they mother of the book, and others similitudes, but of what those, in their hearts blurring, but they follow what similitude, from it seeking the trials, and seeking its explanation, and not they know its explanation except the God. And the seekers in the knowledge, they say, we believe with it, all from within our Lord, and not they surely remember, except those with the sense. Our Lord, don't you blur our hearts after, behold, you guide us, and send to us from your side mercy. Surely you the bountiful. Our Lord, surely you will gather the mankind to a day, no doubt in it. Surely the God, not He defers the promise. Surely those who reject, not self-sufficient, over them, their wealth and not their sons, from the God a thing, and those, they fuel of the fire. Like creatures of family of Pharaoh, and those from before them, they falsified with our signs, but grabbed them the God with their crimes, and the God severe, the end. Say to those who reject, soon you will be overcome, and you will be gathered to hell, and bad, the cradle. Has been to you a sign in two troops, the two met, a troop fighting in path of the God, and other rejecting. They saw them, twice their example of seeing the eye. And the God, He strengthens with His help one He wishes. Surely in that to be instruction to those with the sights. Beautified to the mankind, love of the desires from the women, and the sons, and the treasures, the treasured, from the gold and the silver, and the rides, the shaped, and the animals, and the land, that sustenance of the life of the world, and the God, with Him good, the abode. Say, or I inform you with better from that to you, to those who fear with their Lord, gardens flowing from beneath them the rivers, living perpetually in them, and spouses pure, and happiness from the God. And the God watches with the servants. Those, they say, our Lord, absolutely surely we believe, so forgive to us our crimes, and stop us punishment of the fire. The patient, and the truthful, and the devout, and the spenders, and the askers of forgiveness with the mornings, witness of the God, surely He, no God except He, and the angels, and those with the knowledge, stand with the justice. No God except He, the mighty, the wise. Surely the way with the God, the submission, and not deferred those brought the book, except from after what came to them the knowledge, transgressing between themselves. And one he rejects with signs of the God, but surely the God, swift, the accounter. But if they contend you, but say, I submit my face to God, and one who follows me, and say to those brought the book, and the illiterates, do you submit? So if they submit, but have they been guided? And if they turn away, but surely what over you, the delivering, and the God watches with the servants. Surely those they reject with signs of the God, and they kill the prophets without truth, and they kill those they command with the justice from the mankind, but inform them with punishment grievous. They, those, shut their deeds in the world and the hereafter, and not to them from helpers. Do not you look to those brought portion from the book. They call to book of the God, to His judging between them. Then they turn, a group from them, and they turned away. That with surety they say, naught will touch us the fire, except days counted, and deceives them in their way, what they inventing. But how, when we gather them to a day, no doubt in it, and she completed, each soul, what she earned, and they, not will they be wronged. Say, the God of them, King of the kingship, you bring the kingship, one you wish, and you snatch the kingship from one you wish, and you honor one you wish, and you humiliate one you wish. With your hand the good, surely you over everything powerful. You merge the night into the day, and you merge the day into the night. You take out the living from the dead, and you take out the dead from the living, and you sustain one you wish without account. Don't they take the believers, the rejectors, protectors from other than the believers. And one, he does that, but not from the God in a thing, except that you fear from them, fight. And he warns you, the God himself, and to the God the end. Say, if you hide what in your chests, or you announce it, he knows it, the God, and he knows what in the heavens, and what in the earths, and the God over everything powerful. A day she will find, every soul, what she did from good presented, and what she did from evil she will want, if surely between her and between it a term far. And he warns you, the God himself, and the God compassionate with the servants. Say, if you be, you loving the God, but follow me, he will love you, the God, and he will forgive to you your crimes, and the God forgiving, merciful. Say, obey the God and the messengers, but if they turn away, but surely the God, not he loves the rejectors. Surely the God chose Adam and Noah and family of Abraham and family of Imran above the knowing. Progenies, some of them from others, and the God listens, knowledgeable. Behold, she said, woman of Imran, Lord, surely I promise to you what in my stomach freed. So you accept from me, surely you the listener, the knowledgeable. But when she birthed her, she said, Lord, surely I birthed her a female, and the God aware with what she birthed, and not the male like the female. And surely I name her Mary, and surely I seek refuge of her with you and her progeny from the Satan, the rejected. So accepted her Lord with acceptance good, and she grew growing good, and took care of her Zachariah. All of what entered over her Zachariah, the chamber, found with her sustenance. He said, O Mary, surely to you this? She said, it from within the God. Surely the God, he sustains one he wishes without account. Right there called Zachariah his Lord. He said, Lord, send to me from your side progeny good. Surely you hear the call. So called him the angel, and he standing, he praying in the chamber. Surely the God, he informs you with Yahya, confirming with word from the God, and happy, and chaste, and a prophet from the righteous. He said, Lord, surely it be to me a son, and have I reached the old age, and my woman barren? He said, like that the God, He does what He wishes. He said, Lord, make to me a sign. He said, Your sign, surely not will you speak to the mankind 3 days except signals. And remember your Lord much, and glorify with the evenings and the wakings. And behold, they said, the angels, O Mary, surely the God chooses you, and purifies you, and chooses you above women of the knowing. O Mary, be devout to your Lord, and prostrate and bow with the bowing. That from news of the unseen we inspire it to you, and not you were by their side. Behold, they threw their pens. Which of them he would take care of Mary? And not you were by their side. Behold, they argued. Behold, they said, the angels, O Mary, surely the God, He informs you with word from Him. His name the Messiah Jesus, Son of Mary, honored in the world and the hereafter, and from the close ones. And He will speak to the mankind in the cradle and walking, and from the righteous. She said, Lord, surely it be to me son, and not he touches me, a conscious being. He said, like that the God, He creates what He wishes, when decides a command, but surely what He says to it, be, but it is. And He will teach him the book, and the wisdom, and the Torah, and the Injil, and messenger to sons of Israel. Surely have I come to you with signs from your Lord. Surely I create to you from the sulfur, like shape of the bird, but I blow in it, but it is a bird with will of the God. And I free the blind and the lepers, and I give life the dead with will of the God. And I inform you with what you eat and what you put low in your homes. Surely in that to be signs to you, if you be believers. And confirm to what in front of me from the Torah, and to my allowing to you some of what forbidden over you. And I come to you with signs from your Lord, so fear the God and obey me. Surely the God my Lord and your Lord, so serve Him, this a highway constant. But when sensed Jesus from them the rejection, He said, Who helpers to the God? Said the disciples, We helpers of the God, we believe with the God, and witness, with surety we submit. Our Lord, we believe with what you send down, and we follow the messenger. So write us with the witnesses. And they plotted, and plotted the God, and the God better of the plotters. Behold, said the God, O Jesus, surely I will take you away, and raise you to me, and will purify you from those who reject, and will make those who follow you above those who reject to day of the standing. Then to me you will return, but I will judge between you in what you are in it, you differing. But of what those who reject, but I will surely punish them, punishment severe, in the world and the hereafter, and not to them from helpers. And of what those who believe and do the righteousness, but they will be completed them their rewards, and the God, not He loves the wrongdoers. That we read it over you from the signs and the reminder, the wise. Surely example of Jesus with the God, like example of Adam, created him from dust, then said to it, Be, but he was. The truth from your Lord, but don't you be from the doubters. But those who contend you in it, from after what comes to you from the knowledge, but say, Come, we will call our sons, and your sons, and our women, and your women, and ourselves, and yourselves. Then we will enjoin, but we will make curse of the God over the falsifiers. Surely this to be it, the explanation, the true, and not from God, except the God, and surely the God, to be He the mighty, the wise. But if they turn, but surely the God knowledgeable with the warring. Say, O keepers of the book, come to a word even between us and between you. Surely not we serve except the God, and not we partner with Him a thing, and not they take, some of us, others, lords, from other than the God. But if they turn, but be saying, be witnessing, with surety we submit. O keepers of the book, why you contend in Abraham, and not sent down the Torah and the Injil, except from after him? Will but not you understand? O you, these, you contend in what to you with it, knowledge. But why you surely contend in what not to you with it, knowledge? And the God, He knows, and you, not you know. Not is Abraham a Jew, and not a Christian, and but is a true Muslim, and not is from the partnering. Surely first of the mankind with Abraham, to be those who follow him, and this, the Prophet, and those who believe, and the God protector of the believers. Wants a party from keepers of the book, if they make you astray, and not will they make astray, except themselves, and not will they perceive. O keepers of the book, why you reject with signs of the God, and you witnessing? O keepers of the book, why you wrap the truth with the wrong, and you hide the truth, and you knowing? And says a party from keepers of the book, believe with what's sent down over those who believe face of the day and reject other side of it. Maybe they return. And don't you believe except to one who follows your way. Say, surely the guidance of the God, that He brings any one example of what brought you, or they surely contend you with your Lord. Say, surely the grace with hand of the God, He brings it one He wishes, and the God ample, knowledgeable. He chooses with His mercy one He wishes, and the God with the grace, the great. And from keepers of the book, one, if you safe keep him with treasure, he returns it to you. And from them, one, if you safe keep him with a dinar, not will he return it to you, except what you go on over him standing. That with surety they say, not over us in the illiterates a path. And they say over the God the falsehood, and they know. But surely one who completes with his promise and pious, but surely the God, He loves the pious. Surely those they purchase with promise of the God and their covenants a sum small, those no creation to them in the hereafter, and not will He speak to them, the God, and not will He look towards them, day of the standing, and not will He purify them, and to them punishment grievous. And surely from them to be groups, they twisting their tongues with the book, to your thinking it from the book, and not it from the book. And they say, it from within the God, and not it from within the God. And they say over the God the falsehood, and they know. Not is to a conscious being that He brings him, the God, the book, and the command, and the prophethood. Then He says to the mankind, be servants to me from other than the God, and but be rabbis with what you are, you teaching the book, and with what you are, you studying. And not He commands you that you take the angels and the prophets, lords. Will He command you with the rejection after, behold, you are Muslims? And behold, took the God promise of the prophets, to what I bring you from book and wisdom. Then comes to you a messenger, confirming to what with you, to your surely believing with him, and to your surely helping him. He said, do you affirm, and you take over that to you strictness? They said, we affirm. He said, so be witnessing, and I with you from the witnesses. But one who turns away after that, but those, they the rebellious, is but other than way of the God they seeking, and to Him submit those in the heavens and the earths, obeying and hating, and to Him they will return. Say, We believe with the God, and what sent down over us, and what sent down over Abraham, and Ishmael, and Isaac, and Jacob, and the tribes, and what brought Moses, and Jesus, and the prophets from their Lord. Not we separate between any one from them, and we to him submit. And one he seeks other than the submission away, but not will he accept from him, and he in the hereafter from the losers. How will he guide the God, people rejecting after their covenant? And they witnessed surely the messengers truthfully, and came to them the clarities. And the God, not he guides the people, the wrongdoing. Those, their reaping, surely over them curse of the God, and the angels, and the mankind altogether. Living perpetually in her, not will he lighten over them the punishment, and not will they be looking, except those who turn from after that, and they right, but surely the God forgives, merciful. Surely those who reject after their covenant, then they add rejection, not will be accepted their turning, and those, they the astray. Surely those who reject, and they die, and they rejectors, but not will he accept from any one of them all of the earth's gold, and if they free with it, those, to them punishment grievous, and not to them from helpers. Not your portion the benevolence, till you spend from what you love, and not you spend from a thing, but surely the God with it, knowledgeable. All the food was allowed to sons of Israel, except what forbade Israel over itself, from before that she sent down the Torah. Say, but come with the Torah, but read her, if you be truthful. But one who invents over the God the falsehood from after that, but those, they the wrongdoers. Say, truth of the God, but follow nation of Abraham true, and not is from the partnering. Surely first house set up to the mankind, to be the one with wailing, blessed, and guidance to the knowing. In it signs clear, station of Abraham, and one who enters it is secure. And to God over the mankind, contention of the house, one capable to it a path, and one who rejects, but surely the God self-sufficient over the knowing. Say, O keepers of the book, why you reject with signs of the God, and the God witnesses over what you do? Say, O keepers of the book, why you stop over path of the God, one who believes, you seeking to her crookedness, and you are witnesses, and not the God with obliviousness over what you do. O you, those who believe, if you obey groups from those brought the book, they will turn you back after your faith, rejectors. And how can you reject? And you reading over yourselves signs of the God, and in you His messenger. And one he holds with the God, but has been guided to a highway constant. O you, those who believe, fear the God, truly His fearing, and don't you surely die, except and you are Muslims. And hold with rope of the God altogether, and don't you separate. And remember favor of the God over you. Behold, you were enemies, but made closeness between your hearts. So you became with His favor brothers. And you were over edge of cliff from the fire, but delivered you from her. Like that He clarifies, the God, to you His signs. Maybe you be guided. And to be from you people, they calling to the good, and they commanding with the goodness, and they stopping over the weirdness, and those, they the prosperous. And don't you be like those who separate, and they differ from after what come to them, the clarities, and those, to them punishment great. A day bright faces, and dark faces, but of what those darkened their faces? Did you reject after your faith? But taste the punishment with what you were, you rejecting. And of what those bright their faces, but in mercy of the God, they in her living perpetually. These signs of the God, we read them over you with the truth. And not the God, He wants wrongdoing to the knowing. And to God what in the heavens, and what in the earths, and to the God return the commands. You be good people, brought out to the mankind, you commanding with the goodness, and you stopping over the weirdness, and you believing with the God. And if believe, keepers of the book, to be better to them, from them the believers, and most of them the rebellious. Not will they wrong you, except hurt, and if they fight you, they will turn to you the backs, then not will they be helped. Struck over them the ignominy, where what they found, except with rope from the God, and rope from the mankind. And they attract with anger from the God, and struck over them the destitution. That, with surety they're rejecting with signs of the God, and they kill the prophets without truth. That, with what they disobey, and they transgressing. Not they equal, from keepers of the book, people firm. They read signs of the God, whiles of the night, and they prostrate. They believe with the God, and the day, the later, and they command with the goodness, and they stop over the weirdness, and they strive in the good, and those from the righteous. And what they do from good, but not will He reject it, and the God knowledgeable with the pious. Surely those who reject, not self-sufficient, over them their wealth, and not their children from the God a thing, and they companions of the fire, they in her living perpetually. Example of what they spend in this, the life of the world, like example of wind, in her strictness, she brought land of people, wronging their souls, but she destroys it, and not wrongs them the God, and but their souls they wrong. O you, those who believe, don't you take closeness from other than yourselves, not will they decline you corrupting, they want what you fall, has initiated the hatred from their mouths, and what hide their chests greater. Have we clarified to you the signs, if you are, you understanding? O you, these, you love them, and not they love you, and you believe with the book, all of it. And when they meet you, they say, we believe. And when they pass, they bite over you the nails from the fury. Say, be dying with your fury, surely the God knowledgeable with the chests. If she touches you, good, grieves them. And if she comes to you, evil, they rejoice with her. And if you wait, and you fear, not it will wrong you, their plan, a thing. Surely the God with what they do encompasses. And behold, your morning, from your keepers you established the believers, stations to the fight, and the God listens, knowledgeable. Behold, came two parties from you, that they both slip, and the God protector of them both, and over the God but they trust, the believers, and already helped you the God with Badr, and you were ignominious, so fear the God, maybe you thank. Behold, you said to the believers, is not it enough to you that He adds you, your Lord, with 3,000 from the angels sent down? But surely, if you wait and you fear, and they come to you from their running this, He will add you, your Lord, with 5,000 from the angels given shape, and not made it the God, except information to you, and to your surely calming your hearts with it, and not the help, except from within the God, the mighty, the wise, to His cutting sides from those who reject, or His confusing them, so they return losers. Not to you from the command a thing, or He turns over them, or He punishes them, but surely they wrongdoers. And to God what in the heavens, and what in the earths, He forgives to one He wishes, and He punishes one He wishes, and the God forgiving, merciful. O you, those who believe, don't you eat the usury, adding, and fear the God, maybe you you prosper. And fear the fire, the one prepared to the rejectors. And obey the God and the messengers. Maybe you be mercied. And strive to forgiveness from your Lord, and garden, turning of her, the heavens and the earths, prepared to the pious. Those they spend in the good times and the bad times, and the holders of the fury, and the passing over the mankind. And the God, He loves the beneficent. And those, when they do lewdness, or they wrong their souls, they remember the God, but they ask forgiveness to their crimes. And who He forgives the crimes, except the God, and not they strict over what they did, and they know. Those, they're repaying forgiveness from their Lord, and gardens flowing from beneath them the rivers, living perpetually in them, and blissful reward of the doers. Have passed from before you methods, but journey in the earth, but look how was end of the falsifiers. This clarity to the mankind, and guidance and instruction to the pious. And don't you stop, and don't you grieve, and you the high ones, if you be believers. If it touches you hurt, but has touched the people hurt, example of it. And these, the days, we turn them between the mankind, to His knowing, the God, those who believe, and His taking from you witnesses. And the God, not He loves the wrongdoers. And to His surely purging, the God, those who believe, and His stopping the rejectors. Or you think that you will enter the garden, and not what He knows, the God, those who struggle from you, and He knows the patient. And already you desiring the death, from before that you met Him. But have you seen Him, and you looking, and not Muhammad, except a messenger, have passed from before Him the messengers, is but if dies or killed, you will turn over your heels, and one, he turns over his heels, but not will he wrong the God a thing, and soon he will repay the God, the thankful. And not is to a soul that she dies except with will of the God, written term. And one, he wants paying of the world, we bring him from her. And one, he wants paying of the hereafter, we bring him from her. And soon we will repay the thankful. And like how many from Prophet fought with him rabbis many, but not they destabilized to what came to them in path of the God, and not they weakened, and what they held on. And the God, He loves the patient. And not was their saying, except that they said, Our Lord, forgive to us our crimes, and our trespassing in our command, and strengthen our feet, and help us over the people, the rejecting. So brought them the God, paying of the world, and good paying of the hereafter. And the God, He loves the beneficent. O you, those who believe, if you obey those who reject, they will turn you back over your heels, but you will return losers. But the God your protector, and He better of the helpers. Soon we will throw in hearts of those who reject the terror, with what they partner with the God, what not He sends down with it, authority, and their abode the fire, and bad abode of the wrongdoers. And already confirmed you, the God, His promise. Behold, you overcame them with His will, till when but you slipped, and you discussed in the command, and you disobeyed from after what you saw, what you love. From you one, He wants the world, and from you one, He wants the hereafter. Then turned you away over them to His testing you, and already passes over you, and the God with grace over the believers. Behold, you climbing, and not you turning over anyone, and the messenger, he calling you in your rear, but was paid you confusion with confusion, to not you grieving over what went from you, and not what came to you, and the God aware with what you do. Then sent down over you from after the confusion secure calmness. It covered a party from you, and a party had made them fall their souls. They thinking with the God other than the truth, thought of the ignorance. They said, is to us from the command, from a thing. Say, surely the command, all of it, to God. They hid in their souls what not they opened to you. They said, if is to us from the command of a thing, not we killed right here. Say, if you be in your homes, to be driven those, written over them the killing, to their resting places, and to His trying you, the God, what in your chests, and to His surely purging what in your hearts, and the God knowledgeable with the chests. Surely those who turned away from you, day of the meeting, of the two gatherings, surely what made them slip, the Satan, with some of what they earned, and already passes over, the God, over them. Surely the God forgiving, forbearing. O you, those who believe, don't you be like those who reject, and they say to their brothers, when they strike in the earth, or they are battling, if they were with us, not would they die, and not would they be killed. To His making, the God, that woes in their hearts, and the God, He gives life, and He gives death, and the God with what you do watches. And if you killed in path of the God, or you die, to be forgiveness from the God, and mercy better from what they gather. And if you die, or you killed, to be to the God your gathering, but with what mercy from the God you tender to them. And if you were harsh, strict of the heart, to their running from around you, but pass over them, and ask forgiveness to them, and commune them in the command. But when you resolve, but trust over the God, surely the God, He loves the trusters. If He helps you, the God, but no overcoming to you, and if He forsakes you, but who with the one, He will help you from after Him, and over the God but they trust, the believers, and not is to profit that he grudge, and one he grudges, he will bring with what grudged, day of the standing. Then she will be completed, every soul, what she earned, and they, not will they be wronged. Is but one who follows happiness of the God, like one who attracts with anger from the God, and his abode hell, and bad the end. They ranked with the God, and the God watches with what they do. Already favors the God over the believers. Behold, brought out in them messengers from themselves. They read over them His signs, and He purifies them. And they teach them the book and the wisdom. And if they were from before, to be in a strainous clear, or to what comes to you calamity, has come to you twofold example of her, you say, surely this. Say, it from within your souls, surely the God over everything powerful. And what came to you, day of the meeting of the two gatherings, but with will of the God, and to His knowing the believers, and to His knowing those, they hypocritical, and was said to them, come, fight in path of the God, or push away. They said, if we knew fighting, to our following you. They to the rejection during that day closer, from they to the faith. They said with their mouths, what not in their hearts, and the God aware with what they hide. Those who said to their brothers, and they sat, if you obey us, not will be killed. Say, so push away over your souls the death, if you be truthful. And don't you surely think, those killed in path of the God, they dead, but they alive with their Lord, they being sustained, rejoicing with what brings them the God from His grace, and they happy with those, not they joined with them from behind them, surely no fear over them, and not they grieve. They happy with favor from the God and grace, and surely the God, not He lowers reward of the believers. Those they answer to God and the messengers from after what comes to them the injury, to those beneficent from them, and they fear a reward great. Those say to them the mankind, surely the mankind has gathered to you, but fear them, but adds them faith, and they say, our account the God, and blessed the disposer. So they return with favor from the God and grace. Not it touches them evil, and they follow happiness of the God, and the God with grace great. Surely what? That to you the Satan, he frightens his protectors. But don't you fear them, and fear me, if you be believers. And not they grieve you, those they strive in the rejection. Surely not they will wrong the God a thing. He wants the God, surely not he make to them a portion in the hereafter, and to them punishment great. Surely those who purchase the rejection with the faith, not will they wrong the God a thing, and to them punishment grievous. And not they surely think, those who reject, surely what we delay to them, better to their souls. Surely what we delay to them, to their adding evil, and to them punishment lowly. Not is the God to his leaving the believers over what you over it, till he splits the wicked from the good. And not is the God to his making you aware over the unseen. And but surely the God, he chooses from his messengers one he wishes. So believe with the God and his messengers. And if you believe and you fear, but to you reward great. And not they surely think, those they miserly with what brings them the God from his grace, it better to them, but it evil to them. Soon they will be established what they miserly with it, day of the standing, and to God inheritance of the heavens and the earths, and the God with what you do aware. Already hears the God saying of those, they say, surely the God beggar, and we self-sufficient. Soon we will write what they say, and their killing of the prophets without truth. And we will say, taste punishment, the burning, that with what sent forth your hands, and surely the God, not with wrongdoing to the servants. Those, they say, surely the God promised to us, surely not we believe to messenger, till he brings us with closeness, she eats it, the fire. Say, have come to you messengers from before me, with the clarities, and with what you say, but why you killed them, if you be truthful? So if they falsify you, but have falsified messengers from before you, they came with the clarities, and the books, and the book, the lighting. Every soul will taste the death, and surely what you completed, your rewards, day of the standing. But one moved away over the fire, and admitted the garden, but has achieved, and not the life of the world, except sustenance of the deception. To your surely being tested in your wealth and your souls, and to your surely hearing from those brought the book from before you, and from those who partner, hurt much. And if you wait, and you fear, but surely that from resolute of the commands. And behold, took the God promise of those brought the book, to your surely clarifying it to the mankind, and not you hiding it, but pushed it behind their backs, and they purchased with it a sum small, but evil what they purchase. Don't you surely think those they rejoicing with what they brought, and they love that they be praised with what not they do? But don't you surely think them with achievement from the punishment, and to them punishment grievous? And to God kingship of the heavens and the earths, and the God over everything powerful. Surely in the creation of the heavens and the earths, and difference of the night and the day, to be signs to those with the sense. Those, they remember the God standing and sitting, and over their sides. And they think in creation of the heavens and the earths. Our Lord, not you created this wrongly, glory you, but stop us punishment of the fire. Our Lord, surely you, one you admit the fire, but have you humiliated him, and not to the wrongdoers from help. Our Lord, absolutely surely we hear caller, he calls to the faith, that believe with your Lord, so we believe. Our Lord, so forgive to us our crimes, and reject over us our evils, and take us away with the benevolent. Our Lord, and bring to us what you promise us over your messengers, and don't you humiliate us, day of the standing. Surely you, not you defer the promise. So answers to them their Lord, surely I, not I lower deed, done from you, from male or female, some of you from others. But those who immigrate, and they go out from their homes, and they hurt in my path, and they fight, and they fought, to my surely rejecting over them their evils, and to my surely admitting them gardens flowing from beneath them the rivers, paying from within the God, and the God with him good the paying. Don't it surely deceive you, running around of those who reject in the lands. Sustenance little, then their abode hell, and bad the cradle. But those who fear their Lord, to them gardens, flowing from beneath them the rivers, living perpetually in them, sent down from within the God. And what with the God, better to the benevolent. And surely from keepers of the book, to be those they believe with the God and what sent down to you, and what sent down to them, humble to God, not they purchase with signs of the God a sum small. Those, to them their rewards with their Lord, surely the God swift, the accounter. O you, those who believe, wait and be patient and be strong and fear the God. Maybe you prosper.